In this video, we're going to take a deeper look at 60 Comments, a multi-domain walkthrough tool. Now, I'm going to assume here that you have taken a look or watched the multi-domain general overview video. In that video, we take a quick look at rubrics and the idea behind which these three tools were created. The 60 Comments tool is very much like the 4x20 Look For tool, in that it provides you with access to 4 domains of which you can input 15 look-fors for each domain. What you're looking at here is text that I've already inputted from my school district's teacher evaluation rubrics. When you first get the iWalk observation, if you click on any one of these rubric multi-domain tools, including 60 Comments, you're going to get this box that says the first thing you need to do is set up or customize the tool in order to make it usable. You can customize that with an evaluation rubric that you have, that your district has created or adapted, perhaps from a Charlotte Danielson rubric, a Kim Marshall rubric, or many other bodies of work. When we're ready to sit down and customize, we're going to go ahead and click on Config, and that's going to bring us to the 60 Comments configuration base page. First thing we're going to notice about this configuration is that we have the email introduction. We've become custom and familiar with this through all of the tools of iWalk observation. The walkthrough title, which I've titled 60 Comments Walkthrough, but of course you can change that to anything you would like. Then below that we have 4 categories or domain labels and a static or constant field that will just provide any text that you would like. In this case, I've put in a quote. And what we're going to notice is that we have no domains here, and that's because we haven't defined them yet. We're going to go ahead and do that in the label and category domain. Number 1, let's call this planning. Let's call this one student engagement. And we'll call this one professional development. You'll notice that as I'm entering each label, my domain buttons are appearing on my left-hand side. Now, to further customize, I want to put in my elements, my look-fors, in each domain. And each domain can take up to 15 look-fors. So let's go to planning. We're going to see here a little bit of a description to explain what's going on here, and that my planning button label is called planning. I'm going to give this a domain title. And you can give that a title however you would like. Perhaps it is simply the same as the button, planning, domain number 1. And then finally, I can give it an introduction. This may be some kind of introduction to the domain that your rubric has, or perhaps an introduction that you would like to give. If you don't want any introduction, you simply delete the text. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put in my look for elements. Into each box. Now we do that for each one of my domains. Remember that each domain can take up to 15 elements, and it doesn't have to be 15. I could just have 5 in one or 10 in the other, if that's what I have. When I come back to, after I've created my domains and all of my elements, I can go back to iWalk and to the tool itself. Walk into a classroom and select a teacher, and that of course is going to propagate my email. Now I can flip through my domains by using the buttons on the left-hand side. Here's my planning with my 3 elements that I've put in, student engagement and professional development. You'll recall that I didn't add any elements as of yet. The way 60 Comments works is if I've noticed that element, I would select it. And then I would add in any comments that I wanted to make. Let's flip over to a copy of iWalk observation that already has all of these laid out for me. Let's say, for example, as I walk into my classroom, I see evidence of knowledge of child and adolescent development. I might take notes on that evidence. Perhaps I see that the learning activities are appropriate. And perhaps I see that there are flexible groupings. I can move over to another domain and continue to provide comments on different elements of the professional rubric. Now when I send this, what we're going to notice, like 420, is that in the email it's going to give me the email introduction. It's going to give me the domain title, 60 Comments domain number, title number 1, and it's going to give me each individual element that I ticked, as well as my comments underneath that element. You'll notice here where I didn't make any comments, it just simply is blank. My final comments to the domain is going to be at the bottom along with that static line, which of course I left as a quote. When I send this, I get the option of sending it with a PDF file. And if I go ahead and click yes, the email pops up with only those items that I ticked and those comments that I've made. But at the bottom of that email, we're going to have a PDF that's going to be sent. And that PDF file is going to have each domain on a page with my corresponding comments. Again, those that are ticked are here, as well as those that are not ticked. Domain 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a very quick run through of 60 comments. It is a multi-domain tool that allows you to create 4 domains or topics or categories, each one of those 15 elements in each. When you tick 1, you get a comment box to provide a teacher with direct feedback on that element under that domain. If you need any help or would like any other support, please don't hesitate to email me at kevinc@iwalkobservation.com.